We bought a house in October of 2020. And to be honest, when I first saw this house, it wasn't that great. It wasn't like, wow, this is the house I need to own. It was more like, this is a house that can be great. With the right renovations and time and effort, this house can be something great. But what I loved most about this house, what I absolutely fell in love with, was the garden. It was a nice space, big garden. It had so much potential for what I wanted a garden to be. There was room for my kid to play around. I had a playhouse. There was room for a fire pit where we could sit and enjoy the long summer evenings or autumn, fall evenings. And there was room for a kitchen garden where we could grow our own food and grow our own berries. And there was room for wild patches where we could let the grass grow and the stinging nettles could just be left alone and nobody would get hurt. And there was just so much potential in this garden. And that it was I fell in love with when we saw this house. Because I know I can renovate a room. I can shine up the kitchen. I can remodel the bathroom to make it what we wanted. But the size of the garden and the placement of the garden, and that is some more difficult to change. I cannot change a garden that's turning north to be able to turn south, and I cannot change the size of the garden. So this particular house with this garden, it was just so much potential. That's what I loved. And what I mostly wanted to do with this garden is that I wanted to have a kitchen garden. I wanted to be able to grow my own food and vegetables. I wanted my kid to be able to see where this meal comes from when it's on the table. I wanted him to see how the zucchini starts out and the peas, and for him to be able to pick his own peas and his own berries. And I wanted him to be able to be a part of that cycle of nature, and I wanted to give him some traditions around the gardening or the nature. Like me, my mom, every year we make elderflower drink, and I remembered all of the neighbor kids coming over, and it was summer and it was hot, and we had been playing outside on the street all day, and we had this elderflower drink that I would help my mom make every summer, every start of the summer. And that's kind of an indicator for me that when we make elderflower drink, it's summer. And I want to give my kid that experience too, to be able to have some memories, and also for him to learn what can you do with this food if you're not going to eat it right now, if you're not going to buy one zucchini in the supermarket and eat it that night. What can you make that will preserve the food you're not going to eat right now? How can you pickle this or jam this or dry or And I think maybe it's mostly me, but I think there's so much fun in it just to be looking around and see all of this stuff and just what can I make of this? How can I make this last? It's so much fun to do. And still here in the garden, we moved in the fall, so there wasn't much left. But there is this amazing apple tree. I think it's called Discovery. It has this pinkish on the inside, and it's sweet. I think we had a little taste last year, but it feels like so long ago. And I'm finding sour grapes also, and I'm finding wild apples, and I'm finding elderberries and all of these blackberries also. And it's so much fun to just watch the garden grow and getting stronger and showing off all of the colors. And I also think there's the plums at the back of the garden. I'm not quite sure yet what kind of plums because they're not mature yet, but I am so excited to find out what kind of plum it is. And all throughout this summer, it had just been so much fun to make my own seedlings and sprouts and planting them outside and nurturing them and see them grow. And I have really tried to include my kid in it. Like, don't you want to go and plant some seeds with me? But sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. He's 3 years old, so I don't expect that much. But I just feel like it's such a nice place to get together and just getting dirt under my nails. And so I think my kid should also get scraped knees and dirt under his nails and eat some sand, I don't know. But all of these possibilities, this is all possible in this garden. It's possibilities that I knew that I wanted to get out of a house. I knew that I wanted these possibilities to be there. Yeah. And also make fire with food or fire pit. Bonfire? That's been fun. So I don't know where I'm kind of going with this video, but I feel like I have so much I want to show and so little time to show it. So I'm really hoping that this will work out and it will be like kind of a small journal, kind of. I don't know. Yeah. I think that was it for me. See ya.